What's up, Big Sale? This is your boy Passionate from Enlightened Ministry Biker Church from Los Angeles, California. When we're not riding, we listen to FHO Podcast Radio.
This Baby Slip from Rare Breed Mother Chapter. Out here chilling with Big Sale from FHO. We finna get it in for y'all. You dig?
Yo, this Hot Boy from the Rare Breed Mother Chapter out of Compton, California. We tuned in to FHO all the way from 310 to the 404. Y'all know how this shit go.
Say, man, what's happening with it, man? We on, man.
FHO is a lifestyle, a movement, grown folks' business.
So what it is, what's going on? Happy Sunday morning to everybody. Sunday afternoon, getting ready for this NFL Sunday. Yeah, my Cowboys finna do their thing. So for all you haters already, you already know what to do with this dick, man. You already know where to put this D in your mouth. You understand me? Anybody hating on my Cowboys, it is what it is. But I'm here today, man, to talk about some motorcycle shit to get this shit in order, man. Hope you're enjoying your week. Check this out. This is the last Sunday in 2019. So make the best of it. Make sure you get ready to go into your next year with a new attitude and, you know, some more stuff, man. It is what it is, man. And as always, man, I love you. Trust me, I do when I tell you that. And 2020, we're going to do some motorcycle riding, man. So let me give some shout-outs real quick, okay? I got to give a shout-out to my girl, Doc J, female, brand-new rider in the game. She did over 40,000 miles this year on her motorcycle. She set out to do it starting January 1st of this year. She was determined to do it, and she got it done, documented, every mile documented, for over 40,000 miles on a motorcycle in 1 year for a female. So let's give a big round of applause to Doc J for that. Also, a lot of them Rare Breed cats, my man Flaco and so many other them cats. I think they got Rare Breed has at least, I'm apt to say, maybe 7 people with over 50,000 miles in 1 year, who made sure that they set out to get that done. So mad shout out to them. Let me give them a round of applause. So mad shout out to them. Matter of fact, let's see if we can get the great on the phone, because I really want you guys to understand we're talking about 70,000 miles on 50,000 miles in 1 year on a motorcycle in 12 months. That is real big. So hold on. Let's see if I can get him on the phone real quick. What's up, IG? What's up, YouTube? What up, Facebook? I'm gonna do my shout outs in just a minute. Hold on, y'all. Let me get to this. See if I can get him on the phone.
What up, my brother?
Good morning, sir. You're live on FHO Podcast Radio. I'm calling to congratulate you, brother, on 50,000 miles in 1 year on a motorcycle, man.
Man, I appreciate the love, brother. Appreciate that.
5 years straight of 50,000 miles or better.
Yes, sir. 5 years straight.
Listen, man, what does it take to do 50,000 miles?
Well, to be honest with you, I was just talking about this yesterday. You got to have your mind right, your body right, your soul right, your finances right, home better be right. Everything's got to fall in order, man. Everything's got to be, everything's got to click. Cause it's a lot of work, man. It's not easy.
Yeah.
I know me.
So the other question I'm asking you is, why put that many miles on your motorcycle? Why? Why put that many miles on your motorcycle?
To be honest, Big Sale, I started 5 years ago. I was in a miles contest with a guy from California, and it started out as just a friendly contest, you know. I did 50,000 miles in 6 months, and I remember that year like it was yesterday. I think I spent, and this is not even a joke, I think I spent close to $25,000 that year because the motors blew up. I mean, it was just crazy because I was a ding-dong then, and I didn't have the extended warranty.
Yeah.
All that stuff. So my bike, every time it broke down, I had to fix it out of my pocket. I went through 3 motors that year.
Wow.
You know, and it takes the finances and everything. Like I said, I talked to Doc J the other day, and she was telling me what they spent. I said, I believe you.
Yeah.
I know what it costs. You got hotel money, you got food money, you got gas money, maintenance on your bike, tires, all the stuff. You know, it costs, man, and nothing's free. How many places have you went? I mean, don't get me wrong. I know you've got a room here and there, but for the most part, people aren't paying for our rooms. And we go to all these events and show love, all these parties and stuff, man. You know, you got to pay for all that stuff.
Yes,
comes
sir.
out your pocket, so
Yes, sir.
you know, it's a lot. And the biggest thing, like I said, home is being the biggest thing in your finances. Those are the two biggest things you got to have right. You got to have somebody very supportive. You know, my wife, my beautiful wife, Miranda, she's been supporting me since I've been on the bike, so I wouldn't be able to do it without her. I mean, she takes care of things when I'm never home. You know, that's the thing that when people see it, all the miles I put in, all the time I'm gone from home. So, yeah. But I'll say this. Hey, I'm gonna have to pass the torch to somebody else, man. Cause I gotta get back to work. I gotta go back to the union, man. I gotta go back to the production. I'm gonna be that. You know, I'm still gonna ride probably. I guess I'm gonna average 20,000 a year, which is still good.
Yeah.
You know, I'm ready to. I'm not doing 50,000 no more. I can be honest with you on that.
So let me ask you this, Flaco. 5 years in a row, and because see, this is my thing. And I tell everybody this. This year I did 35, 37, whatever it is. But I can't remember the miles. I remember the good times I've had, you know, getting the miles, but I don't remember the miles. You understand what I'm saying? Do you remember your miles?
No, and that's the thing. When you get running like that, and it's a blur.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot of memories. I got some memories that stick out to me because, you know, I rode 10,000 miles with the mother chapter, my national president, my founder, all in one pack, you know, my president for the mother chapter. Like I said, I got to do some things. I remember things like that, but to remember all the miles, no.
Yeah.
It goes by so fast. And, you know, I did 900 miles the other day. I did in 18 hours. That was the longest it's ever taken me to do 900 miles. But I had so much fun because I stopped in Jacksonville. I stopped in Daytona. I stopped in Orlando. I stopped in Tampa. Stopped in Northport. I was visiting people along the way, picking up club brothers. So, you know, like I said, there's ways you can do it to enjoy it, but you know, I was just geared one way. I was showed how to gas and go from Snowman and you and, you know, other ground pounders that, you know, that paved the way, you know, because like I said, you remember, everybody heard the podcast. If they didn't, watching you guys, you know, my first year, I was just in awe by you guys.
Yeah.
So a lot of that stuff, you know, I look back on and reflect, but it goes by quick, goes by fast. So I don't remember everything.
Yeah. So I was telling the people too, I think it's about 7 of y'all that got over 50K this year, right? Or is it about 5 or 6?
Well, right now I want to say I know for sure 5.
Okay.
But there's 2 of the 5 that got over 65,000.
Yeah, 65.
So,
yeah.
Or got 65 or better, yeah. So there's quite a few of us, man, that got it this year. You know, it's funny when Mr. Nate started this patch for me, we joked and we were like, you know, he would say, Flaco, no one will probably ever get this patch, at least for a long time, because nobody rides like that. But you know, if someone does, at least you give them this patch. And the following year, PJ knocked me out the box with 65,000, and then Harlem the following year backed it up with 65,000, and Chief 65,000, and then you got these guys doing 50,000. So I love it, man. I love seeing brothers, man, that are out there pushing that limit. You know, pushing the you know, just keep pushing themselves, man. And I told them, you inspire people.
Yeah,
keep riding, man, because there were some years I was like, man, I'm not going to do 50 this year. I'm just tired. I'm going to tap out. And then I get an inbox from somebody I never met, or meet somebody along the way, and they tell me how I saw you Big Sale on YouTube, and you didn't have no colors on your back. And, you know, everybody remembers that video, the first video I did with you.
Yeah.
Everybody remembers that. And just, you know, they tell me how I inspired them in some way, shape, or form. And that's what that's what kept me motivated the last 5 years.
Yeah.
You know, all the people out there to follow you, and you know, that you meet them along the way and stuff like that. So,
well, it's definitely a beautiful thing.
Yeah, it is. And so I think you can agree with me, but I've done these miles, but man, I've done it in support of other clubs, other chapters, our own clubs, you know, just supporting everybody, man. That's what I really enjoyed about it, you know, was just doing things, having fun, keeping motorcycling.
Well, the biggest thing is that I tell you this all the time. You have definitely established yourself as a legend. Like I tell everybody, when this world disappears and a new world finds the capsule, when they open up that capsule, it's going to be some mention of Flaco and Big Sale and, you know, Rare Breed and Second to None and some of these other clubs. They're going to be in that capsule. You feel what I'm saying? Now, whether that's important to you or not, hey, it is what it is. But like I tell everybody, we don't do the things we do for data boys or pat on the back. We just do them because it's fun shit, and then to see everybody else and to be encouraged and be encouraging to other people. So it is what it is. But I just wanted to personally call you because you are my friend and my partner, and I just wanted to personally call and tell you thank you. I just told him about Doc J, a female brand new rider, jumped out there and did 40,000.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? For a brand new rider, she still don't even know how to ride her motorcycle all the way. She's still scared of curbs, still scared of curbs and everything. But knocked down 40K, man. Knocked down 40K.
She documented everything, and kudos to Doc J and K Solo, another guy that did 100,000. These guys actually document. I'm not gonna lie, man. I don't have every gas receipt and all that, but I got proof of my miles from my odometer, stuff like that. But they actually got documented receipts.
Period. Yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, there's no denying that, and to see what they went through, the changes of weather, the changes of elevation, all them. Like I said, I look up to like that. Like Doc J inspired me. K Solo inspired me, man. There's someone that I saw on one of your things that did 15,000. That inspired me because it was the most they ever did. So, man, ride your ride, man.
Yeah. Again, man, I just want to call and tell you thank you, man, live, and tell you again, man, awesome, great dude, and I hear you with you're not gonna do 50, but 20, you ain't gonna do 20 neither. It's gonna be in between. It's gonna be 30, 35. You don't know who you think you're fooling, but we'll take it for now, man. Get you some rest, man. Tell the family we said, hey, man, we love you, brother. We proud of you, man, and big kudos to you, man, and everybody that's out there riding their motorcycle, man, and period, and putting it down and teach your true brother. And I'm gonna tell you something. I watched the video too. And again, this was an example of brother, and this wouldn't have happened nowhere else. You could not have gotten this example of a definition of brotherhood nowhere else but on the road. I was watching a video where your boy needed some, all his clothes was wet, socks and everything, and another one of your club brothers took off his socks and put them and gave them to him to put on so he'd have some dry socks and get warmed up, man. Let me tell y'all something. You might say, well, what would another man want to put on another man's socks for? Let me tell you something. On that road, all of that shit is out the window. On that road, we're going to share a sandwich. We going to damn near share a drink. We're going to do whatever we got to do to get it done, man. And to me, Flaco, out of your whole trip, that had to be a memory that will always stay in your head and stay in your mind. And that's what that whole trip was about, that one act of brotherhood right there.
Amazing. I'm glad I was a part of it, and I'm glad I caught it on camera because people just don't do that, so, and that's what it's all about. Yeah. You know what I mean? Man he was miserable because his feet was wet. You know, his boots were just soaking wet, so I understand all that. One brother went inside and got him the grocery bag. You know, like I said, brothers can inspire, and sisters can inspire each other by doing little acts of kindness like that. You know what I mean? It goes a long way, and I couldn't agree with you more, brother. So I'm just glad to be part of this great organization. And, we're going to keep pushing that brotherhood and motorcycle set to bigger and better things, man.
There it is there, man. Everybody, my man Flaco, round of applause for my man Flaco. We love you, brother. Enjoy your day, man.
Love you too, man. Thanks again, Sal.
No problem. So that was my man Flaco, ladies and gentlemen, doing this thing. 50,000, and there's 5 of them right now with over 50,000 in 1 year. Amazing. And again, like I said, you really don't remember the miles. You just remember the fun and the time. So that's a good thing. All right, so we're here today, man. We're talking about. Let's get into this thing again. Kudos to everybody. If I didn't get your name or if I didn't mention you did that many miles, hit me up. Let me know. We'll definitely give you a shout out, man. So let's get into this topic, man. Let's get this thing cracking.
I'm enjoying my motherfucking life. That's all I'm saying. I advise you to do the same. Do shit that make you happy.
What I into my Uncle Pixel in the FHO radio.
Say, man, we're talking about club property today. I got I put a thing out on Facebook asking what kind of topic, what do we want to talk about today? And I've got, several different replies. And I got this reply from my man. He was talking about club colors and property. How do you go about retaining club colors and property from a member that has left, that has been put out, that has died, and all these different things. So I thought it would be an interesting topic to talk about. I know it's something that we probably really don't get into that much, and probably a lot of you guys have never had to deal with this. Some have and some haven't. So started making phone calls this morning. So if you saw my phone call this morning, that 213 number, that was me calling to get some research from a lot of my presidents and different people. So I did the best I can do with the research. And I mean, I know it. I just like to do the research to bring you different perspectives from the East Coast to the West Coast, up north, down south, the whole 9 yards. I talked to some of my females and got their perspective on it as well because I want to see how serious it is. Let me tell you this. Club property is everything that has the club insignia on it. If it has the club logo in any way, shape, form, or fashion, if it has the club logo, if it has anything that this can be recognized and affiliated to the club, it is club property. One of the biggest myths and one of the biggest mistakes a lot of people make is they say, well, Sel, fuck that. I bought this. They're going to have to pay me my money back for this. No. In your bylaws, it should be set up at this point in time. If you're a whole MC, RCSC, whatever it is in your bylaws that everything with this logo, with this insignia, with this whatever, belongs to the club. The only way you get to purchase it, the only way you get to wear it, the only way you get to touch it, the only way you get to hold it, borrow it, see it, use it, wipe it, whatever. The only way you get to do that is by being a full patch member in good standings and or et cetera of this club. Once, for whatever reason, that privilege is taken, the privilege of you having this material has been taken. Okay? So let's get into this. We're gonna break this thing down, man. We're gonna break this thing down because a lot of times, and I learned today, that there's a lot of mistakes that we are making as in this MC thing. Okay, so we're gonna start from let's talk about club property when a person leaves. Okay, so let's just say you got a member that's been in the club 5 years. I'm gonna average 5 years. He decides, hey, brother, at this point in time, I think I'm going to go on and tap out. I'm going to go on and bow out. Okay. One of the biggest mistakes that we make as an MC is you may have a person or persons in the organization, in the club, selling club paraphernalia. Okay. And whatever agreement the club has worked out with the brother or the sister or whatever that's selling club paraphernalia, one of the things that needs to be worked out is the count of how many. Now you say, well, Sel, that's kind of frivolous for me to know how many t-shirts this brother have, how many t-shirts this brother have, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. It may be petty or it may be whatever, but let me tell you how important that is. You get a member that's been in the club for 5 years and he decides to leave. Okay. By his choice, he decides to leave. It's no harm, no foul, nothing fucked up. That is a member that will grab all of his stuff, all of his t-shirts. He's going to bring his patches, his vests. He's going to do whatever. He's going to bundle it all up. Everything that he can find, from towels to picture, to posters, if he got posters, whatever. He's going to bundle all of that up and he's going to present it to Sergeant Arms, president, bring it to the clubhouse, whatever, say, hey, bro, here y'all, everything like this. And, he might give the shirts to other brothers that can wear them or whatever. That is a person that leaves your club in good standards and decides to leave on their own for the most part, and they're leaving in good standards. And hey, they respect the club, they respect the patch, they respect the whole 9 yards. Okay, those are the easiest ones to deal with because those are the ones who are, like I said, are going to respect the whole get down. They're going to respect the club property. They're going to respect every aspect of it. They don't have no issues with it, so they're going to make sure that the club is protected. Okay. So when a person leaves, when a club member decides to leave, a club brother, club sister decides to leave, then you don't have to worry about that. You feel what I'm saying? It ain't going to be no petty shit involved. It ain't going to be no bullshit involved. But now let's get to this part. When a person leaves disgruntled, when a person been put out the club, let's talk about that. When a person been put out the club, when you put a person out the club and he mad about it, don't agree with it or do whatever. Now this is where the issue takes place. Because now that I've been put out, it's fuck y'all, fuck me, fuck y'all. Period. Nigga, fuck y'all. Whatever it is what it is. And at this point, now is what you got to start dealing with, the making sure we get our property back. Now, what I've learned today is a lot of clubs care nothing about the t-shirts, the socks, the drawers, or whatever else. They're gonna let you deal with that. Okay. A lot of clubs only care about it. Just as long as we get our patch back, Big Sale, that's all we care about. Just give us the patch. The rest of that stuff, he know not to wear it or whatever. Now, that's fine and dandy. So what am I supposed to do? I'm no longer in the club, but I got just I'm gonna just be modest and say I got 50 T-shirts, because you should have at least 50. It's 365 days a year. If you've been in the club more than 2 years, that's easy to have 50, 60 T-shirts. But anyway, so I got 50, 60 T-shirts with the club logo on them and the club this and the club that. So you don't want them, or you didn't come get them, or it's not mandatory for me to turn them in. What am I to do with them? What ends up happening is that a person will take your club colors and give them to the Salvation Army, Goodwill, or take them to a homeless shelter. And now you're going to find homeless cats or shelter people or people in whatever wearing your shirts out in public in that local neighborhood or whatever. And that's going to be a problem. So you have to start thinking about, how do you control this? How do you deal with this? I even talked to one of my OGs on the West Coast, and he says, we've seen people burn our colors. They burned them up. We've seen people burn them. We've had to buy back colors from the Salvation Army. We had to buy back colors from Goodwill. We even had to pay bums and homeless cats. We had to get them some money to get the shirt off of them, because it was our club colors. And you got a homeless man downtown or whatever running around, walking around with our club colors. You feel what I'm saying? But I want you to think about it. If you have no control over how many pieces of clothing or how much paraphernalia a person can have, then really you're gonna never be able to get rid of this problem. You're gonna always have this problem. Now, what I'm saying is this: is that, do we find a way to regulate the amount of T-shirts and et cetera that a person can have, or how do you do that? How do we come up with that? And that's something I guess today we can all try to work out together. And there probably is no right way. Everybody knows the biggest and best, the only way that you can really do this thing, hands down, is to make sure that in the bylaws, and then I talked to my man out in Dallas, he said, not only is it in the bylaws, but I make sure that I personally tell everybody, check this out, bro. Ain't none of this shit yours. Even though you got to spend your money to buy it and to have it and to wear it, it ain't yours. This shit belongs to the club. And at any given time, you are not a member of the club, all of this shit need to come back. And whatever don't come back, it better never be seen ever, ever, ever again. Because if we see it, at that point, it's another ball game. It's a whole nother issue. It ain't even no motorcycle shit. It's on some disrespect shit. Now, if you're not spending the time to make that known, if you are not spending the time to reiterate that to your members, if you're not spending the time to make sure that they know, what it is or what it ain't, then you setting yourself up for failure, and you're going to be in trouble. I promise you, you're going to be in a world of hurt, because these things happen all the time. They happen all of the time. Be careful when you got several different club members selling your paraphernalia, or be careful when the paraphernalia is sold strictly to, to make money, et cetera, all the other things that you need to worry about. But how do we control that? How do we control this person is no longer in the club, we need to get all of his stuff back? Okay. How do we control that? Or we need to understand that this person is understood that, you're no longer able to wear this. Because I'm telling you, in my research today, I found out that some people disagree with that. So if I bought the shirt and I spent my money for the shirt, I own the shirt. It's my shirt. Fuck that. I'm not burning it. I'm not giving it away. Shit, if I feel like wearing it, I might wear it around the house. I might wear it to do laundry in. Then you got the other argument is, dude, why would you want to wear something that you're not a part of? If you're not a part of it, man, throw the shit away or do whatever. But the problem with throwing the shit away is you never know where it end up at. So you might have an honest situation where I honestly threw the shit away, and somebody came, went through my trash and saw the shirts and took the shirts out, whatever it may be. Burn the shit up. And if you do burn it, in your privacy of your own home or whatever you got to do. But what are we doing to protect this from happening? What are we doing? What are we all doing? You know, do you know how many members and ex-members got your clothes and got stuff, and how many members gonna hold on to it, and you know, why would they hold on to it? And these are the things that we really, really, really need to be, you know, just checking out. Because if your brand is important to you, if your MC, which is your brand, if your MC is that important to you, and you've done everything you've done to earn your colors, then I'll be damned if I'm gonna just see somebody else rocking colors and they're not even a part of my MC, and they didn't do none of the shit that sacrifices. They're not sacrificing none of the stuff that I've done to wear these colors and to wear these T-shirts and to wear these khaki suits and to wear these tennis shoes and to wear this hat and these scarves and all the rest of this shit that we wearing. And they just gonna, you know, a bum just gonna be walking down the street with the shit on. You feel what I'm saying? It's embarrassing. So we're gonna talk about that, man. We're gonna keep getting into it, man. And we will be right back, man.
What's up, Big Sal? This is your boy, Pastor Nate from Enlightened Ministry Biker Church from Los Angeles, California. When we're not riding, we listen to FHO Podcast Radio.
Checking in from an undisclosed location, this is your boy, King Pooh, representing the Kings of the South Atlanta Mother Chapter. And every time I get a chance, best believe I'm listening to my boy, Big Sal, on FHO Podcast Radio. Let's get it.
Yo, what's up, man? This is your boy, man, Mr. Let Me Hold Something himself, DJ Dirty. And you're listening to FHO Podcast Radio with my main man, Big Sal, the FHO ABCDEFGHNIC. Big Sal, come on, man, speak on it, man. Let's ride.
What up? This is Chris from Exclusive Sounds. When I'm not doing music on bikes, I'm tuned in to the FHO Podcast Radio.
All right, we back, man. Checking out some of these comments. Okay, so let me see. Comment. Let me see what I got on my. First, let me do my shout outs too, real quick. R. Caldwell, what up? N. Turner, Corey Cash, Cheney, A.W. Harley Rider, Tavari Davenport, L.A. Soul Brother Chid. What up, Chid? Mike Martin, Gerald 80, Sonny Rochelle, Big Man Chris, Violator. What's up, Violator? How you doing, sir? Leo Crane, Chicken Down the Pound. What up, Chicken? Mr. Road King, Jackknife. What's up, Jackknife? KG, Big L, D. Scott, Supreme Masters, Lost One Kern, D. Shaw. What's up, D. Shaw? DJ Vegas. What's happening, Vegas, my man? Mike Martin again, Stephen Brent, Stephen Brent, Uncle Pete, Jim B, 619 Capricorn, Greg Berger. What else we got? Lil John 3, Houston Everett. What up, Houston? Frederick Mayo, Finn Rare Breed. Let me tell y'all something, man. Shout out to my man Finn Rare Breed. He just took a ride cross country, man, and did his thing. So shout out to my man Finn. M. Clark, operator STR, operator, it look like Star MC, STR MC. Hood Congressman Lil John, Lorenzo Watson, Ronald Haskins, Kevin Showtime, Robert Michael, Eddie Lowe, and Jaywan Smith 77. That's on YouTube. What up, everybody on YouTube? Who I got right here on my Facebook, man? Facebook. Nudie Second to None, Munir Ali, Desmond Bennett, Stephen Raleigh. That's Knowledge calling me. Knowledge, I was calling you for some information earlier. Keisha Brown Hammond. What up, Keish? Stephanie Philly Austin. What's up, Miss Philly? Is that Miss Philly? I'm not sure, but Stephanie Philly Austin. Earl J. What up, Earl J? Red Tails MC. Ruby. What up, Miss Ruby? What's going on, Miss Lady? Trey Taylor. What up, Trey? Devoria Brown, Miss Certified Gibson, Shownuff Anthony, Lavelle Caldwell, Donnie Clark, Michael Rowe, Ghost Regulator, Hero Benson. What's up, Hero? David Johnson, DC. James Hathaway, Just Black, Yolanda Jones, Monty Fair, Yardley Hines, Tex Ratliff, Sharp Frank, Rochelle Williams, Fontrice Moore, James Braswell, Sheila Lyons, Juanita Shaw. What's up, Miss Shaw? Big Faithful Few. What up? Ronald Black, Flaco Bree. What up, Flaco? Yo, Madman. Yay, Madman. Jan Brew. What's up, Miss Jan? Y'all stay tuned, man. Jan got a show coming to FHO, so y'all stay tuned. It's supposed to be live and in effect right here. We waiting on Jan. We waiting on you, Jan. Christy Love. What up, Miss Christy? Robert Hill, Levi Lovin Anderson, Reggie One Way Brown, Alfonso Hall, my old West Coast OG representative out there, FHO in the building on the West Coast. Shout out to him and Silverback for getting it in yesterday. Levi Lund Anderson, Tony Harris, Ronell Black, Casey Saylor, Tamika Brown Sugar, D. Smith, R.V. Bruton, Marshall Trinababel, Payne, Monroe Avery, and Quincia D. What's up, Miss Dickey? What's going on, Miss Quincia? So it's going down, man. And on my IG, y'all over there, I see y'all. Can't see the names. So we getting back to this. So we're talking about club property, how important it is to maintain and keep in touch. Let me go through some of these comments real quick. First off, shout out to my man Lost One Kern for the donation, sir. Appreciate you. Don't forget you can donate to this channel, man, via PayPal to fasthardersonly@gmail.com or via Cash App to $FHOHNIC. Your donations help me to keep doing what I'm doing, help keep the studio up and running, and help keep things on point. I cannot do it without your donations. Trust and believe your donations do go towards the studio. So it is what it is. Let me see. Question. Redline, what's up, my man? Big Chris from Redline is in the building. I see you. Where we at? I saw a question. His name was Flaco Boots. Oh, they want to know what was the name of Flaco Boots. He said on the video. I actually just bought some Harley Davidson waterproof boots too. I'm gonna see how well they do this year. I got a question, and that question is: can RC 3 pounds of whole patches without the bottom rung? Okay, I answer that question, Greg. I will answer that for you. Inbox me that to my 424-242-2355 number, Mr. Greg. Greg Berger, inbox that question to me on my thing, and I will answer it for you. Okay. Here we go. One more question. Do I have to get trained? Huh? All right, Greg Berger, you about on the way out. It looked like something. Anyway. Okay. Cheers. If he or she was kicked out, they either turn it in right there or we coming to get it, period. That's my man, Soul Brother Cheers. If they walked away, they should turn it in all respectfully. I saw another comment too. Just don't have MC on the things being sold. That's Ronald Haskins. Ronald Haskins say just don't put the MC on the things being sold. I think it's bigger than just that though, Ronald. I think if it has the club logo on it, then it is a problem, period. You can only own supporter gear, not patch holder gear. Okay, not patched gear. See if some club brothers want to buy them back in half price or a bundle type of package. I got you. Used stuff. That's a good idea, Corey Cheney. But I paid for it is the principle. What about the principles you agreed to when you called yourself emceeing? People will throw their whole life away over ego. My man Eddie Lowe. Damn good one right there. Yeah, man, I see you still moving pound. Okay. People just want to be wanted. Finn. Chippewas. They are Chippewas. That's the name of Flaco boot. Chippewas are great for the cold weather and rain. I think they're fireman boots. So Chippewas that's what it is. So those were the questions. What up, big LA Luck? My man Luck Undisputed. I think on Facebook somebody had a real good question. Let me see. Because we're talking about club property and what do you do. My man Hero Benson says, when you show up with no colors and the people say, oh, that you talking about who Flaco is. What up? Okay. Pound for pound MC, my man Fentrice Moore in the building. Dollar, my man Dollar. Truly has paved the way, my man Flaco. Thanks, OG. I truly appreciate the much love and respect to you and one of the many that have paved the way to keep this thing called motorcycling. Okay, thank you, Flaco. Miss Christy Love, everything good. Got her battery straight. How can you get everything back when you don't know what all they have? And that's one of the things I'm talking about, Yay mate, man. That's exactly what I'm talking about. My man Ronell Black say shirts shouldn't even matter. What about when you're selling shirts at an event with your club name or logos on it for supporters? As long as it's not a hard patch, it don't even fucking matter. That's what my man Ronell Black say. If a peeping Tom see your ass through the window rocking them colors, your ass is out. If you ever come out. My man Hero Benson. Sally said, what up, my Gorilla Blue? Keep doing okay, thank you. So listen, there's a lot of different people saying a lot of different things about when it comes to club colors. Like I said, I talked to some people this morning. They only are concerned about their patches. They're not concerned about T-shirts. But these are one of the rules that is, and I used to say this in one of my last MCs all the time, that, listen, man, everything is not wrote down, because I used to get challenged on everything. Well, where's it wrote at? What library is it in? You know, you always talk about protocol this, but where's it wrote? Who wrote it down? Who made it up? And everything is not made up. Let me tell you something. The most disrespectful thing you can do is rock somebody else's logo and you're not a part of that organization. Trust me. And if you really want to see how well that organization is, or who, you know, how strong they is, or how rough and tough they is, just keep on fucking around. Because understand this, for whatever different people had to do in that organization to rock those colors, it means that much to them. You might think it's just a T-shirt. It got the logo on it. It's just a T-shirt. It don't mean nothing. That logo means something. You understand what I'm saying? That is what the issue is over. That's what this shit is all about, is that logo that's on the back. So you got to understand that, man. You got to understand what it is. I'm gonna get into the next phase of this, man, when we come back after paying these bills, man.
Select Luxury Cars, proud sponsor of the FHO Podcast Live Show. The most diverse luxury vehicle selection in the greater Atlanta area. The highest quality customer service and unmatched nationwide pricing. Contact Mike Goodall at 678-855-2292 to schedule your appointment today. Select Luxury Cars, trusted family dealer since 1994.
What up, y'all? This Big Punch from the motherfucking candy shop. We chilling over here with Big Sil, man, the FHONICKEMMY, man. You know what I mean? All them alphabets, man. But they got all that shit going. Holla.
Eco One, the superior eco-friendly motorcycle and auto detailing spray. Eco One super wetting and low foaming polymer technology cleans by flowing underneath the dirt particles and lift them away from the surface. All you need to do is spray, wipe, and watch the amazing shine appear. All of this is done with very little time and effort, but the results look like you spent all day waxing your vehicle. Eco One. Don't ride dirty.
This your boy Ro, Montgomery Tour's president, hanging out with your boy Big Cell, Fast Harleys Only, Podcast Radio.
Say, man, we back. We talking about club property. We've already discussed the part where when a person leaves gracefully, most likely that person will turn in everything. They will give you their colors. They will give you all the T-shirts, all the paraphernalia that they have with the club logo on it. They'll give it to you hands down. For whatever reason they decide to leave the club, there's no harm, no foul. They respect the club, they'll go. But when a person is put out of the club and it's bad blood and it's this and that's going on and they might not agree with the put out, how do you collect all the club property? How do you ensure that your logo will not end up in downtown, you know, with a bum on Skid Row, or just downtown with in Salvation Army with somebody, you know? How do you ensure that? And the way that you do that is to make sure that in the bylaws, and again, I like what my man out of Dallas said, my man Nudie from Second and None said, listen, Sil, not only do we make sure that they understand it in the bylaws and that they sign it, but that they understand that I personally tell them everything that you buy with this logo, it does belong to us and we will come get it, hands down. So for whatever reason you leave this club, just make sure everything come back. That's the safest thing. If whatever you don't bring back to us, it better never be saw ever again. I don't care if you're in your front yard, you better not ever have it again, you know, and that's understood. So we need to make sure that these things are understood, and we need to make sure that people understand just because you spent your money on it does not mean it belongs to you. You're leasing. I guess that's what you call you leasing. You're leasing all the club property, all the club colors, all the T-shirts you buy, those are leases. As long as you in the club, you in good standing, you leave. But when your lease is terminated, all the stuff come back. And another thing too is when you got club members that's selling shirts, just selling, you know, they selling shirts, doing this, it's hard to keep count. So you will always have these mistakes made. I talked to my man out of LA, Big Punch, said that, listen, man, we've had to buy stuff back from the Salvation Army. We've had to buy stuff back from the Goodwill. We've even had to pay members. I mean, we've even had to pay bums on the street. We've had to pay them to get that shirt up off of them. You know, somebody called them out there and see. And then we've also had people that we have that are no longer in the club that done got caught wearing the shirt. Now, one of the most interesting things that I like about it, I talked to my man, and I can say his name. I talked to my man out of Houston. Good Lord, why I can't think of my man's name. I just talked to him. Fort Wayne. Talking to my man Fort Wayne, 10 Toes Down. The president of 10 Toes Down out of Houston. Okay. Fifth Ward Wayne. I said Fifth Ward Wayne out of Houston. He does what I like to do, and this is what I'm doing. When you join his club, when you join 10 Toes Down, you have to pay for the vest and the colors, and they put everything together and they present it to you. So when you leave the club, you give them the whole vest. Ain't no taking no colors off. Ain't no fucking up the colors. You cutting them off and fucking them up. You have to give them back the whole vest. So I don't know if they have a different selection of vests that you can have, and you pick which one you want, and they put it together for you and present it to you. And when you leave that organization, you give them back the whole vest. It's just that simple. We coming to pick up the vest. As far as the clothing and stuff like that, they say that it's understood that you sign a disclaimer that they know that. I talked to my girl, Sugar Mama out of Chicago. And because I talked to the females, I want to get their perspective on how serious are their colors to them. And she said, listen, it's very serious. They don't have too much paraphernalia, but what they've always done was allow the female that left to offer some of the shirts and stuff that are in good in good standing, or shirts that are decent to some of the other club members. Because a lot of times a new club member will come in when this shirt wasn't around. So now they want, and it allows the stuff to keep going. She said, but they definitely, you have to give up those colors right then and there. So it seems like the biggest property that everybody's concerned about is the colors. You feel what I'm saying? The colors are the most important thing. We want our colors. And if that be the case, then that's fine. It is what it is. And that's great. But everything belongs to the club. Everything that you purchase with the club logo, every T-shirt, every bandana. If the club do tennis shoes, if they do socks, if they do drawers, if they do whatever, and you purchase that stuff, it belongs to the club if it has the club logo or a direct correlation to the club. You have to understand that. So with that being said, you shouldn't be no arguments about, hey, bro, you do know that this, but we got to stop assuming that people know that. We got to stop assuming that everybody understand that. We have to stop assuming that, that's part of the thing. Let's talk about the other part. This is another part. And I got this conversation today as well. What about when a person dies and his family doesn't want to give up the vest? His family is not gonna let you go through his drawers and take all his T-shirts out and get all his stuff back with the club logos on it. Does your family understand that, hey, if anything happens to me, the club gets my vest and they get my colors, they get all of my give them everything? Does the club understand that? You feel what I'm saying? How do you deal with that part of it? How do you deal with that part? A club brother died, he might have went down on his bike, or he might have went down, and the family is saying, hey, we're not giving you his colors. That's part of him. We want him, buried with this or buried with that. I also seen that happen too, not recently too, and I'm not gonna put it out there, but I saw that happen just recently, at a funeral that I was just at. A real good friend of mine passed away, and I saw that where the family was under the impression that they got to keep his vest, and the vest had the club logos, and the family themselves wanted to keep the vest because he died in the vest. You feel me? So when the club went to take the vest from the son, if y'all was there, y'all know, when they went to take the vest from the son, because the son was walking around the funeral with his father's vest on that he died in. And when they went to take the vest from the son, the family lost it because they was like, wait a minute, that's his, that's the last thing he had on, blah, 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 blah. But the family did not understand that, hey, he can't, this vest comes to us. You feel what I'm saying? This vest has to come back to us, and this is our property. Now, what was interesting, and my man Nudie say, listen, what they didn't understand, bro, was that, listen, we love this cat, and this was the only thing we had to remember, one of the biggest things that we had to remember him by. We had already planned to take his vest and put it in the clubhouse and the whole 9 yards, but the family, they had to fight with the family, and they had to really, really do some negotiation. And I think they said they ended up making like another little vest, not another little, but they ended up making another vest, a replica of that vest, and it was like almost like a trade-off type of thing so that they can get his vest, and it's for them. He said, because that's one of the biggest things that we had to remember them by. That person that we lost. Yeah, they was important to us too. I know that they're your son or your daughter or whatever, but hell, that was our club brother that died. So that's another avenue. How do you deal with that? Because the family not finna let you go through his room and snatch all his T-shirts and all of that. and the family don't have no understanding of how important that logo is, that club property is. That patch is. They don't understand that. But all they know is that that's their son or their daughter's stuff or their brothers or whatever, and they don't want to give it up, you know. And these are things that we have to deal with. These are things that should be put in perspective and that should be put in the bylaws as to how you deal with that. Let's see, we got a phone call. Hold on, y'all. Hold on, here we go. I got a phone call coming in. Go ahead, caller. State your name. Where you calling from? What you got, Daddy-O?
Man, Red Breed, Antelope Valley. What up?
What you got, Daddy-O? What you got for me, Cuzzo?
Hey, I was trying not to say nothing, but when you got to the part about my dad, I have to say something. Now,
you breaking up, Blue. You breaking up. You're breaking up. Okay. Yeah. Whatever you're doing, stay in the phone because you're breaking up. Sound like you pulling away from the phone.
What about now?
You good now? Okay, go ahead.
I said, there's some real fuckery right here, and I know my dad's wife probably gonna see it because somebody gonna show him, but I don't give a fuck. Fuck all of them. My daddy gone now, but my dad passed away, and at the motherfucking dance, my stepmom had his colors on. Now, you don't do no bullshit like that. You know what I'm saying? So when you spoke on that, it kind of rubbed me the wrong way a little bit. When somebody died, like you said, that stuff belonged to the club. Now, if the club choose to give you a plaque in honoring of whoever that person is that died, then that's cool. But you can't put nobody motherfucking colors on just because it was your daddy, your husband, or whatever, and walk around with it and think a person ain't gonna say nothing. You know, that's some bullshit. But I'm gonna leave it at that. I just wanted to comment on that. You know what I'm saying?
But
let
my
it
thing
go.
is, Blue,
but
my
also,
thing
too,
is,
let me ask you something.
Go ahead.
Let me ask you something. So what if a member say, I want to be cremated and I want to be cremated in my colors?
They can't. The colors never belong to them. I don't give a damn. Once you expire.
No, I know.
But listen what I'm saying. Once you expire, the property goes back to the original owner. If you get killed on your motorcycle, if you die, natural causes, whatever it is, that property, everything that you have with the club's logo on it comes back to the club.
Belongs to the club.
Period.
Right.
No ifs, ands, or buts
Right.
about it. It could be in your will. It could. You don't even have no business asking the club, can you do no shit like that? You understand what I'm saying? So
now,
go ahead.
Now, another thing you were saying, when people leave the club, they should turn in their stuff gracefully. I feel like this. When you join a club, you have mandatory rides. At least in my club, we do. Now, if somebody choose to leave a club that have mandatory rides, that means you have to put gas in your bike. You have to go get rooms. You can't ask them for that motherfucking money back because you left. And why would you want to wear some club shit that you left? If you didn't retire, then you can't put it on. And a lot of people want to harvest this shit, and it's so disrespectful to what you just said on Facebook. You had mentioned Punchy and the Salvation Army and all that type of shit. That's so disrespectful right there. So when people leave clubs, they should leave the club, even though they leave them in their feelings. But you got to remember, if you do some fuckery shit with these people colors, then you get what you got coming to you, hands down, period, point blank.
Yeah, I mean, and clubs got to be prepared for that. And that's kind of why I'm speaking on it, because like even your situation that you just spoke on, people don't understand that. And I love how Nudie put it. Nudie said, listen, Sel, that was our man too. Shit, we want to have something to remember him by. And that patch is the only thing that we have. I'm not the only thing, but it's the most important thing that we have. So that's why we want the patch back. You feel what I'm saying? It ain't that we just, trying to be some assholes, but hell, we want to take that patch and put it up in the clubhouse, that vest, and put it up in the clubhouse to have a complete remembrance of him. And again, a lot of it, Blue, because I'm going to get to the next phase of this, a lot of it has to do, Cuzzo, with people are not instructed, and number one, are not being instructed properly, and are not instructing their family to, hey, if anything happened to me that, a mom or sister or wife or whatever it may be, make sure my club gets all of this stuff with their stuff on it. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
And these are the things that we have to start telling our families. These are the things that we have to start sharing with them. To them, it may be so petty and so unimportant, but it's super important, because I'm telling you, you're going to get your mama knocked off, mama running around with your T-shirt on, and got a full patch on the back. When somebody approach her, talking about they want that shirt up off of it, then, now you got a whole nother ball game. So, but I appreciate the call, Cuzzo, for sure.
All right, much love and respect, man. I hope everybody had happy holidays and continue to have them. Shouts out to my uncle on there, Hero. You know what I'm saying? What's up with you, man? I love you. Sale, keep doing what you do, man. Have a good New Year's, good 2020, and y'all stop making them fake ass resolutions and just set out to be better. Stop putting on Facebook, I'ma lose weight. Only time you motherfuckers is gonna lose weight is when it's time for Desert Soul or the Atlanta Breed or the Atlanta Kings dance, and y'all ain't gonna start losing weight till like 3 days before the motherfucking event, and then put the shit on and put a picture on Facebook talking about did I lose weight or not.
Get you off
all right,
phone.
man.
Bye, man. Boy, crazy, man. So, yeah, but y'all just heard that example of how real this stuff is, because it happens. I'm telling you, I'm not just making this stuff up. So now let's talk about this part of it, okay? So we talked about when a person leaves gracefully. We talked about when a person leaves disgruntled. And then we talk about when a person dies. These are things that need to be discussed, and these are things that should be put in the bylaws, and these are things that should be understood even from family members, so forth. Let's talk about this part of it. The other part of it is whose job is it in the club to make sure that the club property is being protected, that the club property is coming back to the club, that the club property is not ended up in Salvation Army, etc. When a person joins the club and or leaves the club, it should be somebody definitely explaining these procedures to them. And it should also be understood, and they should have an understanding. You guys might want to put on a sergeant at arms, you might want to put on a vice president, but when a person leaves the club, it should be one person in charge of dealing with that person to make sure that all of his stuff is being returned, i.e. his vest, his colors, etc. And when you don't have that in place, then you're going to end up with people having stuff. And eventually, I'm not going to be toting this shit around 3-4 years. Man, throw that shit away. Salvation Army, you got some shirts for Salvation Army? Or, your wives and your girlfriends, they do all their donations. Baby, we donating stuff to the homeless. Man, get that bag up in the closet and throw that shit up in there. Because after a while, hell, I've been gone from the club 3-4 years. I done forgot what that shit. What is it? Some shirts, man. Throw that shit in there. Now, your shit end up at the Salvation Army. Now, your shit end up in, Goodwill. Now your shit end up, everywhere where it's not supposed to be. Let me see some of these comments. My man says, Monroe Avery says, my club pays for half the price of the patch. That's explained when you are given the colors. Okay, so your club buys the patches back at half price, Monroe Avery. A damn good club, because I know a lot of clubs ain't buying back shit. It is what it is. Sharp Frank said, make them sign a waiver about club paraphernalia in the beginning of joining, and encourage MC members to tell their families what the rules are all the time. Hey, Teresa, my girl, Teresa Sweet Sykes. I have always found it so hard to understand as well. If you are no longer with the club, why would you even want to keep their stuff? Should want to return it in haste. That part right there. So again, you're gonna have it's people feel different ways about this whole thing, man, and it's crazy. Big Sale, my dad is in a fraternity. When he dies, I can't wear his fraternity stuff because I did not earn those things. I got you. Violated 1% of Marlboro, you can't wear that Masonic apparel at all if you're not a Mason. You're right about that, Sale. That stuff belongs to the club, but some folks aren't informed. And I'm telling you, it is what it is. We got to stop assuming that this stuff is common knowledge, man. We really got to stop assuming that this stuff is common knowledge, because it's not. I know a few writers that actually put that in last will and testament. Wow. Well, you can't do it, bro. You don't have the right to be buried in your colors. Those colors belong to the club, period, point blank. Sherman Gay. Hey, my brother, you are sitting in your hands behind your phone number to call you. You can please, hold on, let me put the number up here for y'all that want to call, because I want you guys to call. It makes the show a lot better when you guys call and give me the different aspects. I'm sorry. Boom. There it is there. That is the number to call. Mr. Sherman, I just put that on there. It was another thing I just saw. My boy Chiz, my boy Rose say Sergeant at Arms. If that's who you have in charge to do that, then that's who you have in charge. Yeah. But again, we it's just stuff that we have to do. This stuff, you got to make sure that this stuff is known. Like I said, some club, I talked to one club, they regulate how many T-shirts you can have. And in order to get new T-shirts, you got to turn in old T-shirts. He said their club is allowed to have 10. He said, I'm sorry, hold on, let me get it right. He said their club is allowed to have 10 or was it 15 shirts per year. Okay. So whenever they come out with a shirt, you have to turn in an old shirt to get a new shirt. Now, I love it, the concept of it, how it all works to keep control, so that when a member leaves, I know you got a patch. You got a patch and 15 T-shirts, and it's documented how many you done bought and, when you bought them, et cetera. And it's a lot of work. It's a lot of paperwork. It's a lot of whatever. But if your club is willing to go through that, then it is what it is. That's probably the best way. It's probably a way, where it's not, that easy to keep up with, because a lot of y'all clubs are not that serious. And then a lot of y'all feel like, a lot of y'all may feel like it's not that even serious to be worried about a T-shirt. Let them have it. But again, it's easy to say that until you're somewhere and you see somebody who didn't earn them colors on with that T-shirt on, walking down the street, or doing whatever it is to it, or you going, going to a Salvation Army or a Goodwill or something, and you see your colors inside of Goodwills, inside of Goodwill for sale for the $5 or the $2 or whatever they sell them for. We have to, my man Pharaoh Baptiste Collins. I'm sorry, Pharaoh. Is that a female? Is Pharaoh you a female? I'm sorry. Miss Pharaoh Baptiste Collins saying, we have to enforce that from the beginning of the process, because a lot of members only don't know or don't give a damn. It's sad to say. Hero Benson, if you are a real G, you can give it all back and lay up in the casket with your mask on. My man, Hero. And Hero, I've called you several times, and you haven't returned my call yet, neither, Hero. So, yeah, I got a bone to pick with you once I get off air. Lorenzo Watson, thank you for that donation, sir. Truly appreciate it. Adam Washington, also appreciate you for your donation as well. You guys, thank you for that. Don't forget, you guys need to donate you guys can donate to the channel. You need to donate to the channel to help support the channel. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure that you tell somebody about the channel and have them subscribe and hit the bell to be notified. The numbers are the only thing that keep us on, the numbers. If we don't get the numbers, we don't get to stay on. I don't get to preaching and teaching. I don't get to keep preaching and teaching without the numbers, so that's what it is. But again, this was just something, man, that I wanted to touch on because it's important. Club property. You need to know that when you join an MCSC, RC, or whatever, even FHO, that everything that you buy with FHO belongs to FHO. Period. I don't care how much it costs you. I don't care what sacrifice you made to get it. It belongs to FHO. And I'm damn sure in conjunction with my man Fifth Ward Wayne out of Houston, Texas, 10 Toes Down, that says, hey, when you join us, we give you your vest and your colors. We give you your vest with your colors on it. And when you leave, you give us back that vest. However raggedy it is, however, whatever it is, in whatever condition it is, you give us back the whole vest. That way we ain't got to worry about you the way to say, well, I ain't had a chance to take the colors off yet. Or, you tow the colors up, taking them off. Because we've all know that we've seen all kind of games played with colors. We've all been there. We've all seen, if you've been in a motorcycle club or a motorcycle set for any length of time, you've seen all type of games played with people in their colors, as far as taking them off the vest and giving them and turning them in, and all of them got tore up and people cutting up colors and all kind of way out dumb shit. But like my man said, if I give you the vest with the colors on them, you got to give me the vest back. And that just eliminates a lot of the fuckery. So right now we got phone calls. Anybody willing to call in and talk about it? 424-242-2355 is the number to call. 424-242-2355. So it's 424, it's the area code, 242 CELL, big sale. It's just sale for short. 424-242-SALE. Call in, man. Let's talk about it. If you got anything you want to say or add to this, but that's important. Now, while we wait on the phone call, let's talk about this. Will you take somebody to court for your colors? Should you have to take somebody to court for your colors? Should you got everything notarized, you got to sign, they agree to it, they don't want to give you the colors, don't nobody want to risk going to jail for getting no assault and battery, breaking and entering, and all the rest of that shit that you're going to have to get. Is that what they done told you to do? Come get it like Tyson. So now don't nobody want to take the chance or take the risk of going to jail. So do you go to court? What legal ramifications do you have? Well, if you have the signed contract, the bylaws or whatever, this person signed it and agreed it and stated it, then yeah, you can spend the money to go to court to get the colors back and have them pay for your court costs and all of that, which, in a motorcycle set, we don't too much do that, but it is what it is. So, hold on. Okay, hold on, callers. All right, state your name, caller. Where you calling from? State your name, where you calling from, caller.
It's Big Man Chris Excel from Red Line. What's going on?
What up, Chris? What you got, baby, for me? What you got?
Hey, you know what, man? I used to wonder about that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you earn these colors, man. You know what I'm saying? And I used to wonder, like, damn, man, what happens when the brother died? You know what I'm saying? Because, that's something serious. And you're right. The family is not going to let the members come in and go in the room and get the colors. And through their connection with that club member, they not going to want to turn over the colors or anything like that. But, the brother has to establish that with his family, man.
Yes, he does.
That's important, man. You understand what I'm saying? That's real important, man. To establish that with your loved one. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, but you got to understand a lot of stuff, Chris, we take for granted. We never even thought about that. That's why even when you heard Flaco speak today, you have to MC with your family. Your family they gotta know everything that they're supposed to know for you to MC effectively. Put it like that. To MC effectively. If your family doesn't understand the rules and regulations of your MC, then it's gonna be these are the problems you're gonna run into. So for me and my mom and dad know, my wife, everybody knows the rules. Okay, hey, if this happened, they get this, they get that, this, who comes and who this and who that. Because if you don't spend that time and sit down and tell them that, now you got this problem right here where now I'm telling you, hey, can we get his vest? And you're like, can you get his vest? Hell no, you ain't getting shit. This my son's vest. Right, this my, So to avoid those things, man, we got to share that with our family.
Yeah, you know what? And people, they feel like that, man. They feel like, damn, we done already lost him. Now, hey, they come over here, want his vest and want his teeth. They don't understand the significance of that. But that's why we have to explain it to them. You know what, man? My daughters, they sitting right here, man, listening to this conversation right now.
Wow.
My 6-year-old, my 10-year-old, my wife, she laying down. But I'm going to have this conversation with her, when this show over. You know what I'm saying? Because that's important, man. Them colors and everything pertaining to that club has to go back to that club, man.
It has to. Now, the next part I'm going to get into, Chris, I love you. Thank you for calling in. Let me get into this next part, okay? We're talking about, we're talking about the legal issues as far as should you go to court, should you press charges, should you have to do all that. If that's what you have to do, Like I said, everybody not with the B&E and assault and battery and all that type of shit. Especially if he a weenie ass motherfucker that was trying to hold on to the colors anyway, and you go to whoop his ass to take the colors or whatever you got to do to get the colors, then you're going to have to deal with that. This is the other part of it, and this is the last part of it. What about when a person puts their club logo or their club patches, you put the club patch on your motorcycle or on your person? Listen, all of these things need to be thought about. If you put the club logo on your motorcycle, and let's just say you leave the club for whatever reason, or you get kicked out of the club, you have to paint that motorcycle. If you die, is the club going to say, hey man, we need that tour pack because that tour pack got, our logo on there or whatever? Because all they're going to probably do is sell a motorcycle, or maybe let somebody else ride around with it, but now somebody else is riding around with your club logo on their motorcycle. These are all the things to think about, ladies and gentlemen, because we don't think about these things. We don't think about, all these different things like this. This shit is that important. If this is your brand, this is your motorcycle club, this is what you are supposed to be protecting at all times. Period, hands down. So that's why most of the big clubs don't allow you to even get a tattoo of the logo of the of the patch. You can't get a tattoo of the patch put on you until after so many years. I think the average time it was 10 years. After 10 years, Then you can put a patch on your back or whatever you want to do. Put the logo on you, whatever you want to. I don't know, whatever it is you want to do. Or you can paint your motorcycle and put the club logo on your motorcycle or do whatever. Some clubs require 10 years. Some clubs it's a no period. It all depends on the club that you're in and the club that you're a part of. So that's a kick go thing. So, but these are the things that you need to decide. If you are no longer with this club and you done made your bike the club bike, you got the club logo on there and all that shit is fine and dandy. It's good as long as you're in good standards. But once you leave this club, even down to the sticker, you got a club sticker that you put on the window. You put on the windshield for recognition that this is a club motorcycle. All of these things matter. All of these different things matter. All of that shit got to come off. Family, if you're listening, family members, if you're listening, wives and girlfriends and mamas and daddies, if you're listening, all of the stuff with that club logo has to come back to the club. If you're not going to give it to them, you got to make sure it's destroyed. They have to be satisfied with whatever means that you're going to use to destroy it. If he got his motorcycle painted, if he got a sticker on the front windshield, then you got to give him that sticker, that front windshield, or take that sticker off. Whatever it is that you got to do. If he got it painted on his motorcycle, maybe the piece that's painted on, you can give it to them, let them exit out or do whatever. I don't know. I'm just telling you, these are all things to consider. Now, if you got a tattoo on you, if you were bold enough to tattoo the club's logo on you, and now you're getting put out the club or for whatever reason you're leaving the club, then what you going to do with that tattoo? Just different things to be, there's different things to be aware of and different things to look at, because I know we don't look at those things and we don't see them, because again, and I'm telling you, until it happens to you, you will not understand how important it is. You will not be mad about it until you are somewhere and you see somebody walking downtown or walking somewhere, or maybe even not even a bum. It could be a regular person that the wife bought them the shirt at Salvation Army because it was a cool shirt. You feel what I'm saying? So now you had a concert, and your wife said, "Oh, bro, look at that. It's one of your club brothers over there." And you look, and you don't even know this cat because he's not a club brother. But he rocking your whole shirt. He rocking your whole club shirt. Now you got to go talk to him about, can you get that shirt? Let me see. It was thank you, LA Lucky, man. Thank you for that donation. LA Lucky information is key. Without you publicly addressing these issues, people will continue to do this bike shit blindly. We appreciate you still. Keep it up, bruh. It's just what it is, man. I love doing this shit. We didn't go to court for you to get your colors, so we're not going to court to get them back. Ronald say, yeah, ain't no court. Yeah, Ronald say, ain't no court, man. LA Lucky, maybe sergeants should be close friends with significant others and families of the members. Therefore, communication during tragic times can possibly go a little easier. Just my thought. And I like that, Lucky, like I said, but the biggest thing is this. It may be difficult for some of the bigger clubs. It may be difficult for some of the bigger clubs, but all I'm saying is this, and this goes back to part of my clubhouse thing I did the other day on Clubhouses, that before you get a clubhouse, why don't y'all club at everybody's house? Before you get a clubhouse, why don't you club at everybody's house? And then once you club at everybody's house and everybody get to know everybody well, then you can start clubhousing at other people's house. Call and state your name, where you calling from.
What's happening, Sal? This is Norris calling from Houston, Texas.
What's going on, baby? What you got for me, Daddy-O?
Ain't too much, man. Hey, you don't have me live on your podcast, do you?
Yeah, we live right now. I thought you was calling in for the podcast.
Oh, no, man. I was trying to. Can you call me after you finish?
All right, text me and I got you right back.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, so like I said, those things are important and those things need to be discussed because your family needs to understand that. So anyway, that's it, man. If any more call, Miss Teresa Sykes say, you shouldn't, but we have had to do it more than once. Let me tell you something. You'll get beat up playing with somebody's shit. I'm just going to keep it 100. Keep somebody's shit if you want to. Wear somebody's shit you ain't got no business wearing. And when your ass get beat up, or you get your mama beat up, or your granddaddy beat up, or your uncle beat up because they want their stuff back, you know what I'm saying? And you didn't dispose of it properly, or you was on some fuck shit and put all the shit in the Salvation Army or threw it away, or do some of the dumb shit that we have seen done before, where you burn up a nigga whole colors and all that type of shit. Listen, man, there's a better way to do stuff. I promise you. What about a scenario where the club only lasts for 3 or 4 years, for say 3 or 4 years? Well, in that situation, Captain Kirk, if the club is no longer in existence, then at that point, all of this shit is just paraphernalia. All of this shit is just some cool shit to have, I would imagine, because if the club is no longer in existence, then who can be mad about you wearing the shit? You feel what I'm saying? If the club has folded and there is no more club, then who can be upset about you wearing their stuff? Because at that point, there is no their stuff because there is no there. There is gone. The club is gone, so the T-shirts, the patches, and everything else that I guess that you want to rock, you can rock. But again, on the set, if we know a club has been disbanded, the club is no longer in existence, and you roll up with that vest on, there's gonna be some questions like, "Hey, bro, that club ain't even in existence no more. What you doing with that vest on? Y'all bringing it back, or y'all, whatever y'all doing?" So you got to be careful with that too. But I've seen a whole motorcycle vest at Salvation Army. I promise you. I ain't gonna put the club out there, but that club vest was on the rack for sale at Salvation Army. And the person, I actually stopped the lady from buying it and said, "Hey, man, that ain't cool. I don't know how this got in here. I don't know what it is, but if, because she thinking it's some cowboy shit. She thinking it's a cowboy vest. Oh, this is a cool cowboy vest. Ooh, go in my outfit." And she was finna buy their whole vest and rock their whole vest and thinking it was cool. But I don't know how their vest ended up in there. I wasn't finna buy the vest. I didn't need the motherfucker. Only thing I did was made a phone call like, "Hey, y'all got a whole vest in Goodwill over here." You know what I'm saying? So what was Sale doing? Because I know y'all, what was you doing in Goodwill? Minding my goddamn business. I know y'all like, "Sale, what would you do in the Salvation Army?" Anyway, so that's what it is, man. More clubs, no more colors. That part right there. You should have enough respect for the club to return their apparel. So that's what it is, man. That's my time. It's a beautiful Sunday. The last Sunday in December, man, is going down. Make sure you embrace it. Make sure you love it. Let's get ready to go into 2020 with a bang. We're going to ride our motorcycle again. Shout out to my girl, Doc J. 40K miles for a female in 1 year on tools. Documented every mile, documented every trip, documented every service record, documented everything to prove that she did 40,000 miles in 1 year on a motorcycle, documented. Shout out to Flaco and the other breeds that's out there getting in the miles. And shout out to anybody that's out there getting in the miles. Shout out to FHO. My man Scrap Iron did over 30,000 in 1 year. You feel what I'm saying? My boy Bam and Julius, 23 and 18 and all this shit. Man, you got people out there riding their motorcycle, man. So shout out. I'm going to tell y'all this one more time. I know y'all don't like it. I know you don't like it. But if you're in a motorcycle club, you should be doing no less than 15,000 miles a year. But that's only if your MC stand for motorcycle. We found out the other day that MC do stand for men's club. A lot of y'all is in men's club. A lot of y'all not in motorcycle club. So my bad. Like I said, I apologize the other day because I've been thinking MC still for motorcycle club. But MC do stand for men's club for a lot of y'all because, again, the difference between the SC and a men's club MC and an MC motorcycle club, SC, is not required to ever have bikes. The MC that stands for men's club, bikes is optional. The MC that stands for motorcycle club, bikes are mandatory. So anyway, catch my show on that I did on that, man, where I was talking about the MC, man. What does the MC stand for? And again, a lot of y'all with MC on y'all back, man. A lot of y'all is in some men clubs, man. You're not in a motorcycle club. So I do apologize for busting your balls about not riding your motorcycle and some more shit. When that's not what you was here to go, man. So it is what it is, man. Ted Harris, what up, big son? Love you, and I love you too, brother. Please do me a favor. Lose the blue star thing up there. The blue star thing up there. You must be talking about that badass Dallas Cowboy star, man. It ain't going nowhere. So that is what it is, man. I love y'all. Thank you for all the donations. Thank everybody for tuning in. Don't forget, man, to tell a friend about FHO, about the podcast. Don't forget, we're podcasting on every major platform. I'm on every major platform. I'm in iTunes. I'm on iHeartRadio. Look, I just pulled it up on iTunes. Y'all see? This is iTunes right here. I'm on iTunes. So when you say, "No, Big Cell, I can't find you on iTunes. There it is right there. That's iTunes. This is iTunes that we in. You see this right here? I'm in iTunes. You feel me? So I'm in iTunes. I'm on iHeartRadio. I'm on everything. You feel me? Everything. MC 101 Clubhouse. That was that. Anyway, I'm on every possible streaming platform: iHeartRadio, iTunes, Google Play, Google Podcasts, everywhere. Make sure you tune in and make sure that you support the channel, support the brand. Tell a friend, man. Let's get these numbers up. I love you. It is the holiday. Please, please, please enjoy it accordingly, man. Don't be out here putting yourself in debt, putting yourself, spending money for no reason, and putting yourself in debt, man. Enjoy the holidays, man, and let's live life and let's do what we do, man.
It's your boy, Big Cell, FHO's HNIC, Mr. Him Be Everywhere.
Say, man, as always, mind your business, stay in your own lane, ride your ride. Have enough love built up in yourself to have some love for me. And as always, 2019 is over with, and we're ready to go into 2020, God willing. Love to ride and ride for love. We gone, baby.
Like I'm a sex above average, be bout that action. Like my bitch sassy, gotta be classy. Show me what you working with, like you working the match. Fucking with me, you gotta be fancy. How you sitting up in the match? Kicking shit, just relaxing. Show you all my dead action, guarantee satisfaction. I'm all about that, and I don't do no subtracting. Love on so bad, got the food
it's your boy, Big Cell, FHO's HNIC, Mr. Him Be Everywhere.
God damn. It's Big Cell. What that mouth do besides tell the truth on FHO Podcast Radio.
FHO is a lifestyle, a movement, growing folks' business.
The way you pop, then stop. The way you back it up, then drop. I swear your body looking so amazing. Like the fact that you're not complacent. I wanna make some arrangements. Why you gotta be so dangerous? Got me feeling anxious, you know what I'm thinking. Let me show you.
Enjoying my motherfucking life, that's all I'm saying. I advise you to do the same. Do shit that make you happy.
Like I'm a sex above average, be bout that action. Like my bitch sassy.
I'm enjoying my motherfucking life, that's all I'm saying. I advise you to do the same. Do shit that make you happy.
Sitting up in the mansion, kicking shit, just relaxing. Show you all my dead action, guarantee satisfaction. I'm all about that, and I don't do no subtracting.
What's up? This your girl Lil Tigger. I'm chilling with my boy Big Cell, and you'll listen to FHO Podcast Radio. Stay tuned.